Okie dokie. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If y'all hear noises, I don't know if I had a kitten last time, but I have a kitten this time, and she's really loud and obnoxious and doesn't listen and doesn't respect my boundaries. So she might be turning up the whole video, and I don't want to throw out the room because she's on her period. And there's other people in my house, so if you hear noises, it just is what it is. So today we're gonna talk about someone's helping me with the camera too, y'all. So if it moves and I'm looking like over, that's what it is. But don't fuck it up. Is it good? Don't be getting all into it. Like, if I don't like it to be perfect, this ain't a studio.
Okay.
You know. Is it good though? I'm there. It's on. Thumbs up. It's recording still, right? Okay. Anyways, yeah, there's someone in here with me, guys. I'm gonna smoke. I know I don't have it in my hands, but I'm gonna, for those of you who thought I wasn't. But today we're gonna talk about overcoming homelessness, part 3. This is gonna be probably the most emotional part out of all of them. It's gonna be the most difficult for me to talk about, just because of the fact that I'm still kind of processing these things in my own head. But I really think this is important for me to talk about, because I know that a lot of trans femmes, trans women, we be dating fuck niggas and broke people and just be getting taken advantage of. And I just think it's really important to address that and talk about what it feels like to be in that situation, and things that I did to get out of it. So if the last place I left off was that I came to LA early from Miami, and I met up with my ex, and they were living in this sort of kind of Section 8 thing with other roommates, and it was kind of a profit funding for this housing thing or something like that. But it was Section 8 because they couldn't have nobody there. But my ex was sneaking me in because, it's me. Which shouldn't have happened, but it did. And also, the people who were living there, one of the roommates was smoking meth. It was just some really LA type shit. Really cringy, dark corner of Koreatown, bitch. Real crazy. And while I was my ex was sneaking me in there, I was also staying at hostels that I was paying for, they were paying for, and we were really trying to figure out what we were gonna do, because I came there so sudden and we had expected it to be a little longer. So we just juggling the hostel and juggling me being snuck into their room. And then one day, I guess we were both experiencing mania of some sort, and my ex just didn't want to stay there anymore. So my ex was like, we're leaving. And I was like, all right. Because, I love them, and I loved them. And I didn't have nobody else. I was in LA. My best friends were back in Miami, and they could help with money, but just when it came to having somebody else to talk to immediately and having someone to ground me in what was going on and to take me out of the fucking clouds, I didn't really have that. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, just leave your room, we're gonna sleep outside, because I just thought it was fucking magical. And let me tell y'all, don't be making fun of people who sleep in fucking tents. Don't. Because bitch, that shit is rough. I slept in a tent for about a month and a half with my ex, and we was booking it outside, bitch. At one point we were by this parking lot of this truck company. That was crazy. And another time we were sleeping by this park in this residential area, and it was just you would think that sleeping outside in a tent is easy, but it's really not. You can't shower, you don't have access to to power sources. Your phone that you're so used to having, you can't charge. And you're outside, you're exposed to the elements, and you just hear cars all night because we were always by a road. And while we were sleeping in this tent, I got a job. It was my third week in LA. I got a job at this smoothie place, and I met like some of my core bitches, besties there. I'm still friends with some of them today. Like people who like have been down for me. And I started working at this smoothie place, and I was like literally like leaving the tent, like feeling like I smelled, and having my uniform in a plastic bag so it wouldn't get dirty or stink, and then like going to this job, getting there an hour early so I could run into the bathroom, shower in the sink, and wash my face and do my makeup all within an hour before my shift, and then put my clothes on and go out so no one would know that I was homeless, because I was just scared that it was going to affect me being able to have the job still if they knew that I didn't have like a home and transportation and all that. So I'm over here working, busting my ass. And then, you know, eventually I tell everybody at my job that I was homeless, because me and my ex ended up leaving the tent and moving in with my ex's friend, who is a white person. And the day that we were supposed to move in with them, my ex was like, I'm gonna stay at the tent and watch all our shit until you get off of work, and then we'll leave to, we're gonna call them Booger. We're gonna leave to Booger's house. And I was like, okay, bitch, I got out of work, I go to Booger's house, my ex is already there with Booger, and it's like, bitch, all our shit's gone. So all my stuff got stolen, you guys. All the clothes I brought from Miami, my glasses, I had 2 frames, my glasses got stolen, like everything, journal, everything got stolen. Then when we moved in there, I had a makeup bag, and my makeup bag with my phone got stolen when we were moving into this building. Bitch. Like, I was like this close to just like breaking, because, you know, like I would just come from sleeping outside. I'm in this relationship with someone who is not ready to be in a relationship, is not present, is unable to, like, you know, help themselves, I felt like at the time. And I'm drinking some wine, y'all, because this is a lot. And I was in this situation where I just felt stuck. Like, I was basically supporting this person, like, and trying to live my life too. Like, I'm still a young bitch. Like, just in a relationship doesn't mean to be your mother, and like that's really what was happening. So like, I'm working full time, staying at this place with my ex and their friend, and they're both like ganging up on me and being hella racist, because my ex was light skinned as fuck, basically white, and they were ganging up on me and just being like, you're aggressive, like da 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 da, like when I'm really just like, can y'all clean and like do this, because I'm the only one working, basically was paying the rent for everyone. Like, it was just shitty. And I was just being penalized for like not wanting to talk to them, because they were acting like fucking immature fucking like losers who couldn't fucking do shit. So I'm working, and one day, me and my ex get into like a little tissy, and we're arguing, and my ex like grabs like the fuck out of my arm, like real hard, like pulling skin. He got nails, and I was wearing a pleather jacket, and I was bleeding, and I had never been like had my hands put on me by somebody before, and it was just really crazy. And in that moment, I was like, I gotta get out of this, like I gotta dip. And I'm really happy that like that moment happened to me, not because of what I experienced, but because like that really jarred me out of like this mind and headspace I was in, where I felt like I needed to have people around me to like be afloat. Like I needed to have like partner, friends, family. Like I was just really codependent. And in that moment, it's cliche, but I felt something breaking me, child. Like I was at church, bitch, for lack of better fucking reference. I felt like I had kind of been like, you know, reborn in a sense, because I was really looking at it as like, I need to get out of this, and I didn't make it on my own, because this can't escalate. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next. So things do escalate in different ways. And my ex tells me that like they need a break. And literally that day, I didn't have a phone. That day, move bitch. Don't play. That's my cat, y'all. I told you it's going to get ghetto. So like that day, my friend, I don't know if they want me to say their name, but my friend, a friend who's really close to me now, who was originally my ex's friend, was like, I have a cell phone I can give you, because I really needed one. And I was like, okay, yay. So like the person comes over and brings me the phone, and like it's hella awkward because like my ex is there. I'm there getting this phone from this person who I think is like so cool, so amazing. I love them so much. And my ex is there just looking hella salty because, you know, they jealous because I'm a bad bitch. And I get a phone. So I get a phone. I turn it on the next day. It was COVID, so I had left work and couldn't go back. And then I went back. I had my phone. It was lit. Like, it was popping, bitch. Like, I was out here making money. But then I get in an argument with my ex. And him and his friend literally, because I'm autistic, y'all, also. So like when I'm stressed, I can't talk. It's really hard for me to talk because I feel things really strongly in my body. When people say things to me a certain way, like it'd be hurting me physically. So I just gotta like take space sometimes when things are stressful. And he was stressing me the fuck out. And I just got off a full day of work. And they're both like, well, if you can't talk, you have to leave. Well, my ex's friend said that. My ex was just watching them say that, booger. And I just go, okay, because I just wasn't going to argue. And I was like, you know what? I'm very spiritual, y'all. You know, I'm an oracle bitch. So I was like, this is your sign to go. Like, they're in your face telling you to go. So go. So I get all my shit, like everything I can grab, I pack it up. And I have nowhere to go. I'm outside. I call my best friend Erin. And I'm like, bitch, I'm outside. I have nowhere to go. She's like, I'll stay on the phone with you all night. And I'm just texting people. And I text the person who gave me the phone. And they find me someone to stay with. And, I end up going to this place with this person. And around this time, I was dealing with a lot of issues on just, you know, whiteness and like people who identify with that. And my ex, whether they want to admit it or not, I really feel like they did because you threw a black trans woman onto the street and expected them to take care of you. And in the new place I went, I was dealing with these like currents of whiteness too. Like the person was like, oh, I can take her in because I needed somewhere to go until I figured out what I was gonna do after leaving an abusive relationship. And they offered to take me in, didn't give me a date to leave or nothing like that. And being autistic, I need like direct communication a lot. I need to like know like what you like. I need to know what's going the fuck on. Like you need to be straightforward with me. Like I'm no social cues, like no subliminal bullshit. Because I'm just not gonna pick it up. Like it's no shade. I'm just not going to. So like, I ended up going there, and you know there I get my reading business back up because when I was with my ex and my phone got stolen, I couldn't do readings. So I lost a major source of income for me. So when I go there, I get my reading business back up. I reconnect with a lot of my friends who I lost connection with when I was with my ex. And I really just start like re-grounding my life. And you guys, like, I had this moment where I just felt so defeated. Because I was like, oh, how did you allow yourself to like be used? How did you allow yourself to like be hurt this way? You know, how'd you allow yourself to just like not think about it? And you know, like in that moment, I think is where me being houseless stopped becoming something that was a hindrance to me and something that was driving me like not to not be houseless anymore, but to just be happy. You know, like I was really thinking like, you know, here I was like sleeping in a tent, you know, not being respected, not being loved, and also with someone who was also dealing with their own hurt. And, you know, just really struggling. I had moved from Miami to California. I'd never been to California before, and it was a brand new life. And I was like, you know what, bitch, like, you just did all that. Like, you really don't need people to be okay. Like, I love my friends. I love my relationships. I do need my friends for support. But I learned in that moment in building myself back up that it was like, it's truly, genuinely about what you want for yourself. And I just wanted to be happy. And I just really started working on that. You know, I turned 29 and I made a year in LA. And I think that is where I'm gonna stop part 3. I don't know how long or short it is, but I just don't want to go too far into anything. I'm not done talking. I think I'm just gonna stop it there, just because the next and last part is a flurry, but it's really good, and I want to do it in the right way. But you know, I just also like want to talk about just like, you know, like how like houselessness. Also, y'all, I live in the hood, so if you hear the booms and you live in the hood, you already know what it is. Okay. But, like, I was just gonna talk about, like, desperation, like, in houselessness, and how, like, when you ain't got no home, like, you just be ready to love somebody. At least for me, that's what I was doing. I was like, I needed to feel something good. I didn't want to feel like the person that everyone was taking care of. I didn't want to feel like the burden, and I didn't want to feel, I just wanted to feel special, and it was really hard for me to feel special before this relationship and before it ended the way it did. And, if you're going through houselessness, it's rough. If you're displaced, especially by people you care about, it's rough. It's hard. And I just want you to know you're not alone. And if you are watching this and you are houseless, I don't really know like any direct things to help, but like I know people who know stuff that can help, and I know that I can help. So I'm always gonna have my information below, but I just think that the main thing that helped me with my houselessness was community. I feel like I feel like I really bitch because I couldn't get jobs. I wouldn't have been safe. Like I probably would have been dead. Like to be frankly honest, without like the people who helped me. Like, shout out to my best friend Erin. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Sapphire. Shout out to Tammy, Makita. My roommates. The list goes on. Like so many people that if I didn't say your name, like don't take it personally, but just like I have a large network of people who like I can just like go to and be like, hey, like I'm in a crisis right now that's specific to me, can you help me? And they will, and like they trust that I'm being honest, and like they just validate like me just needing assistance. Shout out to Nikki, shout out to Giselle, boom, look at it. Yeah, but part 4 is coming out soon. I've just been dealing with a lot of depression, you guys. I had a family member pass away and just feeling this stuff from that. And then before that, I was just adjusting to having a home and not being on the street anymore because that's a lot. Get away from my wine. And you guys want to see my cat? This is Lentejas. Say hi, mommy. Yeah. You're gonna bite me. It's my baby. But yeah, I've also been trying to just get my life together, like figure out how I'm gonna have sources of income that don't hurt my body and me. Don't bite me, bitch! Back up. And also just like trying to make like my space and my life comfortable for me so I can feel good. And that's what I've been doing, and I feel like it's cancer season. My birthday's on July 17th. My Instagram will be below where you can see all my cash handles. And yeah, it's cancer season, so like take care of yourself if you're watching this, and if you're houseless, have faith, and message me on Instagram if you need help, and I can probably point you in the direction of people who can help you. If you're in LA, if you're hungry, I can cook your food. If you're not a crazy person, I can help you with what I can because I like to do that. So I hope you all are feeling loved and feeling safe and feeling pretty. This was very emotional for me. That was my cat. She's a fucking bitch. And that's that. I love you guys. I hope that you guys could take something from this. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you're ready for part 4. And then we might have a makeup tutorial. I don't know. For like a birthday cancer look. I don't know. I love y'all. Have a great night. Can you press the end thing for me?